Howdy y'all, in this video today, I'm going to tell you 12 things, yes, 12 things your stool can tell you about your health. Did you know that your stool can be like a fortune teller to tell you exactly what is going on? Well, in this video, we'll talk about exactly what your stool can mean for your health. Guys, let's talk about poop. Literally, let's talk about poop. So a lot of people are talking about their poo today, and a lot of people are wondering what is going on with their stool. You may have heard of things like fecal transplant, gut microbiome, gut bacteria. Well, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that your stool can actually play a role in determining how healthy you are. Let's talk about that, what actually happened whenever we talk about poop. So your stool or your poop is like a check engine light for your body. It lets you know if something's going on. It gives you a heads up that something may need to be changed. It will let you know if there's something that needs to be adjusted or not. So don't ignore your poo, guys. Guys, this whole video, I'm gonna come up with crazy puns, so just bear with me, all right? This is my chance to talk about poo. Yes, my topic. So number one, the normal poo is brown. If you have a brown poo, no matter what different shades of brown that it is, whether it's dark brown, light brown, or regular brown, that is considered normal. For me as a poo doctor, it doesn't matter to me if your poo is dark brown or light brown. As long as it's brown, that's all I care about. And that's the most important thing. So brown is normal. And that brown color can change over the course of a day, maybe even within one bowel movement. Yes, one poo can actually change colors. But as long as it's within that spectrum of normal brown, guys, it's all good. Number two is that the color of your stool can actually be an important indicator of what is going on as well. So we talked about brown, but there are other colors in the rainbow that can actually be presented inside your stool. So number three, white stools or clay stools can be maybe an abnormal finding. That could be a problem with bile or the production of bile. Now, bile is produced in your liver and typically stored in your gallbladder, but if for some reason that bile is blocked, whether there's a narrowing or stricture, or even, gosh forbid, a worst case scenario like a pancreatic cancer, that can present as clay colored stools. And that's something that if it happens on a consistent basis, especially if you have weight loss or night sweats, or you're turning yellow, that needs to be evaluated by a doctor. Number four is that sometimes you may have green poo. Yeah, that's weird, huh? Seeing poo that's green. You're like, what the heck? What happened there? Well, it actually may be from what you ate. There are a lot of foods that are out there, whether it's broccoli, maybe Brussels sprouts, maybe sauerkrauts, that have a green color in them called chlorophyll. And that chlorophyll may be actually what you're seeing in your stool. So guys, if you see green poo, just think back and think, did I eat something green? Did I have that green broccoli? If you did, that's exactly what you may be seeing in your stool. But sometimes we can actually see green stool if we have a really fast digestion. Things are going through very quickly and it doesn't have enough time to get that bile in there to turn it brown. Number five, yellow stools. I hear so many people talk to me about yellow stools or are wondering exactly what that is. Well, guess what? Yellow stools can be perfectly normal, and that's okay to sometimes have that. That can be in a lot of people who have their gallbladder removed, and that could be bile that's what you're seeing. The gallbladder is an organ that is there to store bile. And if you don't have that organ that's there, bile will shoot through your GI tract and you'll see yellow stool inside your toilet. But sometimes if you see yellow stool with some oil or it looks oily, that could be a sign of what's called fat malabsorption, when you're actually not absorbing fat. And so you actually have a lot of oil being secreted inside your colon into your stool. And that can be due to a lot of different conditions. Sometimes it's pancreas issues. Sometimes it's gallbladder issues. Sometimes it's a problem called celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease in which your body actually attacks the villi, these little things in your small intestine, cuts them off so you can't absorb nutrients, including fat. And that may present as these oily, maybe even yellow stools. I cannot believe I'm talking about yellow and oily stools on YouTube. Oh my gosh. This is my job. This is what I do every day. Number six, black stools. Warning sign, beep, 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 beep. If you see black stools, guys, it is not normal. The only time it could be normal is if you're actually eating, you can't eat iron, come on, that doesn't make sense, I'm not Iron Man. If you're actually ingesting iron pills, that can turn your stools black, or if you take Pepto-Bismol, that can make your stools black. But if you have black and tarry stools, once again, beep, 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 beep. That is not normal. That needs to be investigated. That is a sign of something bleeding in your upper GI tract. Guys, don't ignore that because that could be a bleeding ulcer that can cause significant problem and you can die from that. If you're having black, tarry stools, stop this video right now, call your nearest doctor and say, hey, I'm having what's called melena. M-E-L-E-N-A. That is a buzzword that we as physicians hear about that make me think, oh my gosh, we need to find out exactly what's going on because you could be having a bleeding ulcer. Number 7, red stools. Beep, 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 super beep. Unless you actually had a red beet or you ate a red strawberry or you drank red Kool-Aid, blood in your stool, which is red, is never, ever, 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 ever normal. Don't ignore that. Don't assume that it's normal because guess what? That will make an ass out of you and me. Don't make the assumption. Blood in the stool, red stools, is never normal. Don't blow it off as a hemorrhoid. Don't blow it off as nothing. Even if you have it just one time, you need to talk to a doctor to make sure nothing else is going on. I've had so many patients come to see me who've had the occasional bleeding. Everyone told them, hey, it's a hemorrhoid. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it. But they finally came to see me and guess what they had? Full-blown cancer. And this is something we could have caught earlier if that person did not ignore the symptoms. Guys, if you're having blood in the stools, that is your body telling you that something is going on. Don't ignore that. Number 8, let's talk about the shape. So the shape of your stool actually does matter. So we have this chart that's in my office that is called the Bristol Stool Scale. This is an actual chart of poo. Can you believe that? We actually have pictures of poo, but pictures for me are fantastic. I want you to take a picture of your poo and let me see it whenever you come to see me in the office because pictures are 1,000 words. And this Bristol Stool Scale is the scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is extremely hard, lumpy, and constipated stools, and 7 is straight water. And we use this as a way for me to know what is the shape and how your stools are doing. So when someone sees me and they have a Bristol Stool Scale of 1 to 3, that for me is constipation. Those are hard stools, difficult to push out, very lumpy. If you have stools that are 6 or 7, that is more towards the diarrhea side, so that tells me you're having more loose stools and more diarrhea. If you have 4 or 5, guess what? That is the golden poo! Ring all the bells, celebrate! That is the type of bowel movement you want to have. It's long, it's like a slide. It goes straight down into the toilet. That is the perfect poo. The golden poo, the poo that you want to have. If you have that, guys, you don't need to see me. That's perfect. You are A-okay, and that's the stool that I would want you to have. Number 9, there is a term called fast transit stool or fast transit diarrhea, and that may be a sign of things moving on very, very quickly or a sign of a condition called IBS. So normally when we eat, it will take some time, hours to even days, for what you eat to go into the toilet. However, there are a number of patients in which as soon as they eat, boom, they gotta go, and they gotta go right then and there. And that could be a sign of IBS, celiac disease, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or fast transit bowel movements. This is something that can be fixed and treated depending on the cause. Number 10, if you have large amounts of diarrhea, just a ton of diarrhea coming out to the point where you're losing weight, that is a sign that you could be having a hormonal problem as well. There are certain hormones that if they're in excess or too much, they'll cause a tremendous amount of diarrhea that's associated with weight loss, poor appetite, and other conditions. This is something that your body is telling you, hey, something's out of whack, it needs to be investigated and needs to be determined what is going on. Number 11, sometimes your poo is so good, we actually can use it for treatment. Yes, this is called a fecal transplant or FMT, fecal microbial transplant. We actually use poo to treat conditions. It's crazy, but it actually works. It works very well for a condition called C. difficile diarrhea or C. diff colitis, which is a very bad bacteria infection inside the colon that can cause a lot of problems to occur. We actually have used this also in patients who have ulcerative colitis, and there are other indications for that. So you may have poo that's good for science and good for other people as well. And number 12, the bacteria in your gut can actually affect other areas besides your GI tract. There's some evidence to suggest the gut microbiome actually can play a role with skin conditions, with Parkinson's disease, with autoimmune disease, with other neurological problems, including depression. So we're trying to change and do more research in the gut microbiome to see if that may play a role in other areas besides your GI tract. But guys, these are the 12 things that your stool can say about your health. Use your poo, yes, I said that, guys. Use your poo as a tool to see if you're healthy and make sure that everything is going okay. Guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you want more videos on what you can do to help out with your bowel movements, click over here. Or if you want to subscribe to my channel, click over here. But guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and don't forget to smash that like button and like my YouTube page. Poo. All right. Poo is for you. Poo is for me. Poo poo everywhere. Guys, if you are guys, if your body, it's long, it's, wait. If you have large amounts of diarrhea, just profuse, I can't speak. Number 12, the bacteria inside your gut could actually be a sign of things going on. Wait, that's not right. And I think it's number 12. 8, 9, 10. Use your poo as a tool. Use your poo as, God. Poo, 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 pa-doo for you.